Okay, everyone, the topic for today is solving for unknown angles in different situations. First, we have parallel lines that are cut by a transversal, providing us with a lot of angles. If we only know one, can we figure out the others? Then we have angles inside of triangles, and then exterior angles of triangles. So let's take a look at the top here where we have our parallel lines cut by a transversal. So we know that this angle measurement is 40 degrees, and we're going to use that to figure out the measurements of all of the other angles in this diagram. So first of all, let's just start with angle 1. Now what we notice here is that if we take angle 40, the 40 degree angle here, and we take angle 1, it makes this straight line. You should know that a straight line adds up to 180. So in order to figure out what angle 1 is, we would just take 180 minus 40, and that would give us 140. So angle 1 is 140 degrees. Now, knowing what angle 1 is 140 degrees, we can now figure out some others. Now, we also have talked in the past about corresponding angles. Remember, corresponding angles, if you look at this 40 degree measurement, it is on the top left of this quadrant, this quad of angles. If we drop down on this quad of angles, the number 4 here, angle 4, is also in the top left, and that means that they have the same measurement. So we know that angle 4 is going to be 40 degrees. Likewise, if you look at this quad of angles here, angle 1 is in the top right, angle 5 is in the top right down below. So we know those are corresponding, so angle 5 is also 140 degrees. So we can fill this in, 40 degrees, 140 degrees. Now, a couple of ways that we can figure out 2 and 3 and 6 and 7. Okay, now what we can do here, show you a couple different ways. If we want to figure out what angle 2 is, we can do it by knowing that it is alternating interior with angle 5, meaning that they're both inside the two parallel lines and they're in opposite positions. So we know that those are the same. Angle 2 is 140 degrees. You could also know that angle 1 and angle 2 are what we call vertical angles because they're across from each other, and they would be the same there. Either way, we know that angle 2 is 140 degrees. Likewise, we can do that with angle 3. 4 and 3 are alternating interior, so they're the same. So we know that angle 3 is 40 degrees. Or you can just know that they're across from each other, and 40 degrees and 3 would be the same. Same thing we can do here at the bottom. We'll just use that they are across from each other. So 4 and 7 are across from each other. They are vertical angles. So I know that that is 40 degrees. And then 6 is across from 5. I know that that has to be 140 degrees. That's parallel lines cut by a transversal. Second example here, we have a triangle, and we have the angles inside of a triangle of 40 degrees and 70 degrees. And we need to figure out what this measurement is here. The angles inside of a triangle add up to 180 degrees. So if we want to figure out what this unknown angle is, we can start off with 180 and subtract the two angles that we have. 180 minus 40 would be 140, minus 70 would give us 70. So we know that this unknown angle here is 70 degrees. You can always check to see if you are correct by adding all three angles. 70 plus 70 is 140, plus 40 would give you 180. That is unknown angles inside of a triangle. Now, in this third one, we have angles outside of a triangle. We call them exterior angles. All right. Now, the first two are going to be pretty easy to figure out because we can use that these two angles, the 30 and the question mark, make up this straight line. Straight lines, again, add up to 180. So if I want to figure out this question mark, I would do 180 minus 30, and that would give me 150. first angle there is 150. Second angle here, again, we just do 180 minus 25. That would give us 155. Second angle is 155 degrees. Now, this third angle here, we don't know what this inside angle is. Now, we could use what we did above and figure out what that is, doing 180 minus 30 minus 25, but I have a faster way. If you have an exterior angle, an angle on the outside of a triangle, it's always equal to the two opposite interior added together. So 30 plus 25 is going to give us this outside angle. 30 plus 25 equals 55 degrees. This unknown angle is 55 degrees. And that is how to solve for exterior angles of a triangle.